In our 10 years in business, we have had the opportunity to do a lot of projects. Some very simple, some mild, and some very wild. One of the questions I'm often asked, is there a project that sticks out in my mind or a favorite of mine? And after thinking about it for a while, there is. Our second year in business, we got a phone call from a woman in Lansdale, Pennsylvania. I scheduled an appointment with her on a Saturday afternoon. I believe it was towards the end of June. After walking through the house, met her in the backyard, and I looked around. I noticed 4 kids playing and having fun, and a little blow-up pool in the corner. That was what they were enjoying themselves with at that point. You know, after surveying the yard and looking around and kind of asking some questions, a question came up, you know, that I always direct towards the homeowner, and that is, you know, can you describe your dream pool? You know, your wish list. And she had a great wish list, all kinds of things, waterfalls and slides and basketball and volleyball. And I listened intently, and at the end of it, you know, my backup question is, you know, do you have a target comfort budget for the project? So she had put a number out there that was very, very entry level, and I politely said to her, I said, listen, I really feel you're gonna be a better candidate for a vinyl pool than a custom gunite pool. I can try and refer you a couple companies. She did not want to hear that. She looked me in the eye and she said, you know, my friend recommended you. She said, you're the best, and I want you to build the pool. In fact, you're going to build my pool. And I laughed and I chuckled and I said, is there a story here, you know, behind all this? And there was. She started to explain that she went through a bad divorce and she had 4 kids. In the end, that there was a small settlement between her and her ex-husband, and she was going to put 100% of that money towards the backyard and the kids so they could enjoy it. And all of a sudden, I had this flashback to me in my youth of my mom and what she did for my sister and I, and to keep us together, and how important family was to her. And I wanted to extend this woman some goodwill. And I told her a little bit of that story, and I said, listen, if you can bend, you know, or stretch, and I can bend, yeah, maybe we can make this work. And we came to an agreement and decided to move forward. The good news was I have a very good relationship in that township, and permits do not take long, and I'm gonna say within a couple weeks we had scheduled excavation. Our excavator comes out and he digs the pool on a Monday, and our steel guy's there on Tuesday with the inspection. Wednesday was stub plumbing, and Thursday we gunnited the pool. In fact, I think Friday morning our plumber showed back up, set the equipment, and plumbed the pool, and we backfilled, and you know, all of a sudden this pool's on record pace. And that was my goal, to get these people swimming as quick as they could so they can enjoy some summer. Friday afternoon I happened to be home cleaning up my week and doing some paperwork, and my phone rings, and it's the homeowner, Rachel. And she said, hi Scott, how are you? And we're very happy. My God, the progress this week has just been awesome. I couldn't even imagine this. She said, but I think I have a problem. And I said, well, what's up? And she said, my second floor toilet's backed up. And you know, right now you're thinking the same thing that I am watching this video. I kind of sat back in my chair and I said, I'm sorry, I'm not a plumber. And she said, well, I believe it's something that's related to the pool construction. So sure enough, I drive down to Lansdale, and I'm met at the front door by the homeowner and her brother. And we happen to start throwing scenarios out of what could be wrong here. And we keep going back to the sewer line. And I said, you know, I was provided an older sketch, because the house is probably 40, 50 years old, of the property. And it clearly shows a sewer line leaving the front of the house going to the street. That wasn't the case. So we happened to go downstairs and start looking around, and obviously we started with the front of the house, and there was no sewer line. As we made our way to the back of the basement, maybe 6 inches off of the floor, or about 8 foot down, was a sewer line. So sure enough, our pool is parked on top of a sewer line that we knew nothing about. And somewhere along the line, this line was compromised, it was cracked, it was broke, and it's now created this problem. I'm gonna go around the corner, I'm gonna get you a motel room. I called my excavator up. So sure enough, he showed up a couple hours later. and we excavated down and we found that line, found the line on the back of the pool. Rather than put a half-baked repair on the line, we reran all new pipe around the pool to reconnect it. This is where a lot of companies at this point, it would have been a big finger pointing contest. There would have been words, there would have been animosity towards it, whose fault it truly was. My goal has always been to get these people swimming and to get them very happy. Within a day, we had a township inspection on our new sewer line. We proceeded with the pool construction. Rachel and her family were swimming. I look back at that project inside of our company as a win. I look at it also as a turning point that we're going to move forward here. We're going to build with integrity. We're going to build with empathy and uncompromised quality. Scott Payne Custom Pools.